Yo, what is going on YouTube? This is Sam from TeamSamuraiX1 here, and today guys, I'm coming at you with the deck profile that you guys have all been waiting for. All you nostalgic players out there are just like, yes! We can finally play full power Dark Magician since of course Eternal Soul has already been released in the TCG, and I'm very excited to come to you guys with this deck profile. Trust me guys, I am a biggest fan of Yugi by playing full power Dark Magician. It's just, you know, very nostalgic, and I'm just super glad that Konami has been on a roll for the past year by just making amazing support for Red Eyes, Blue Eyes, and now Dark Magician. So you know what guys, enough talking, let's get started with this deck profile. For those of you who do not want to watch this deck profile and hear my annoying voice and just want to get the deck list, make sure you guys visit the description box below and check that out. Always the deck list will be in the description box below. Anyways guys, right now it is currently 1 a.m. in the morning, so if you guys check the description box within the morning and the deck list is still not there, I'm still going to be posting it, you know, maybe later on that night, the deck list in the description box below. So without further ado, let's get started. Most of the monsters is very standard, like my last list. You know, I feel like this list is the most consistent list for me. Trust me guys, I've been playing this deck for quite some time. I've been playtesting this deck. This is the best list for me. As I said before in all my profiles, use my deck list as a guide. If you guys want to play whatever you want, you know, that suits your own play style, make sure you guys do that. Yu-Gi-Oh is about creativity, and I'm just here to help you guys by giving you guys the, you know, the template or the outline of the deck, so you guys can have an idea on what to play in your own deck. You know, and next we want to play, of course, Triple Magician of Dark Illusion. You must play triple copies of this card, in my personal opinion. Well, at least 2 copies, but I feel like 3 copies is definitely a great number for me because Allure Darkness is at 3, and this card is an Allure target, which you can easily banish. And then also you're playing Triple Navigation as well, where you can easily just, you know, tutor out Dark Magician and then tutor out Magician of Dark Illusion with Magician Navigations from the deck, which is pretty nice. And this effect is actually not even bad as well, is because during your opponent's turn, if you activate a spell card or effect, you can special summon this card from your hand, which is pretty awesome. And when you special summon him during your opponent's turn, you know, it will trigger off Dark Magical Circle, which will get to banish a card on the field, which is pretty good because this card is treated as a Dark Magician while on the field, which is pretty nice. Next turn play, of course, Triple Magician's Rod, your searcher of the deck. You want to open this card up as much as you can, so that's why you play, of course, Allure Darkness. Very standard. So Triple Magician's Rod is really good. And next you want to play, of course, 1 Magician's Robe. The reason why I still play the Magician's Robe is because he's essentially a Dark Magician. If you don't open up Dark Magician or Magician's Rod or any of this, you know, you want to have the Magician's Robe, because what a Robe does is that during your opponent's turn, you can discard 1 spawn trap card, especially 1 Dark Magician from your deck. So this card tutors Dark Magician directly from your deck. And once Apprentice Magician comes out, I will not play Robe at all, because the reason why you want to play him is because he makes you see Dark Magician when you don't have Illusion, when you don't have Dark Magician, and of course you don't have the Rod. So Magician's Robe is just really good for that, in my personal opinion. So 1 Magician's Robe. So that's pretty much it for your Dark Magician lineup. Next you want to play, of course, double Maxi and double Effect Veiler. This is the exact same lineup from my previous deck profile. I felt like this lineup is the greatest lineup for me. Effect Veiler is really good because, one, if you can go, you know, if you Eternal Soul Dark Magician, you can easily normal summon Effect Veiler, go into your Omega, go into your Crimson Blader, go into your Colossal Fighters and things like that, which is pretty nice. And also Effect Veiler just stops Problematic Monster effect, which is pretty good. Maxi just overall great against the meta right now, Burning Abyss, Pendulums, and things like that. You know, Maxi just basically stops your opponent play. Really good. But if you guys do not like the Effect Veiler or the Maxi, the Hand Trap Engine, I would suggest you guys just taking out maybe 2 Maxis, or, you know, take out 1 Effect Veiler, 1 Maxi, and maybe add in, you know, a Summoner Monks or maybe Chocolate Magician Girl. It's all up to personal preference on what you guys want to play, but this is the type of play style that I like to have. I like to have more of the control play style where I have, you know, hand traps in my hand to basically stop my opponent, you know, from going off and things like that. So that's pretty much it for your monsters. Very standard, very generic. Next one I play, of course, Triple Dark Magical Circle. The card is like the best card of the deck. A lot of people ask me why I played three copies of this card. This card is amazing. You know, like, this card is literally like a pod duality for Dark Magicians, but instead you can still special summon during that turn, which is amazing. So this card is literally like, you know, a plus card of your deck. This card can also be served as a trap card within itself, because once a Dark Magician is special summoned, you can banish one card your opponent controls. Next I'll play, of course, 1000 Knives. Only 1 because it is searchable off the Eternal Soul, so I feel like 1 copy is definitely more than enough. Next, oh my god, this deck does not worry about back row whatsoever. 3 copies of the card is very standard in my personal opinion. If you guys don't like playing 3 copies of the card, you guys can cut it down to 2, but I felt like at least 2 copies of this card is enough. And I felt like when I already have an established board of Dark Magician, Eternal Soul on the field, and my opponent just sets back row, during my turn I'll just activate Eternal Soul at add this card to my hand, activate Dark Magic attack, and just like, you know, wipe their whole board. This card is like a feather duster for Dark Magician, so why not play this card? This card is really, really amazing, and it's very, very standard to play this card as 3. I've been testing this card out a lot, and it's easily searchable off Eternal Soul, which is really amazing. Next, we'll play, of course, double Illusion Magic. This card is great. Sometimes I'll just go into Rod, search Illusion Magic if I already have the Eternal Soul or the Dark Magical attack, Dark Magic Circle in my hand, so that way that I can trigger off Eternal Soul and Dark Magical Circle during my opponent's turn. The Illusion Magic is really, really great because you tribute your spellcaster, search up 2 Dark Magicians. Like, you want to see your Dark Magicians in your hand as much as possible. That's why I cannot wait till Apprentice Illusion Magician comes out, which is going to make the deck 100 times better in my personal opinion. And Illusion Magic is really good because it has synergy with Effect Veiler as well, because Effect Veiler is a spellcaster. So next, I'll play, of course, double power duality. You know, digs 3 cards deep into your deck and, you know, adds you the resources that you need, things like that. So power duality does not hurt his deck at all. You know, it just makes the deck more consistent. So that way you see your Dark Magician more. That way that you see your rods more and things like that. You want to see Dark Magician's Rod as fast as possible. So one Upstart Goblin, you're playing a 39 card deck, which is really great. Last but not least, triple Allure Darkness. You have to play this card. Really, really powerful. Your entire deck is dark, and trust me, guys, if you ever find yourself banishing the Dark Magician, as long as you have 2 copies of this card in your deck, you should be fine. But you know what? Digging, digging through your deck for your resources is just really, really important. So, my trap lineup is kind of heavy, so if you guys don't like to play traps, you guys don't have to. But in my personal opinion, like, I love traps. So triple Eternal Soul, wow, this card looks so beautiful, man. I don't know, this card is so good. So if you guys don't know what the fact is, that every Dark Magician in your monster zone is unaffected by your opponent card effects. If this face-up card leaves the field, destroy all monsters you control. You can only use the falling effect of Eternal Soul once per turn. You only activate one of these effects. Special summon 1 Dark Magician monster from your hand or graveyard, or add 1 Dark Magic attack or 1,000 knives from your deck to your hand, which is pretty amazing. So during your opponent's turn, you can interrupt out of play with this card, Circle and Dark Magician, which is pretty nice. Triple Magician's Navigation, you must play triple copies of this card. And a lot of people forget its secondary effect is that if you control a Dark Magician monster, when your opponent activates a spell and trap, you can banish this card to negate the activation, which is pretty strong in my personal opinion. Really good. Magician's Navigation is amazing. Next, you want to play, of course, 1 Dark Renewal. I like to play 1 copy of this card because this card it's very situational sometimes, but it actually comes in handy. If you control a rod, so let's say you open up a rod or a road, right? So let's say you open this and you open up Dark Renewal. You just normal summon this, search out your your circle or things like that, or search out your Eternal Soul, and then when your opponent summons something, as soon as they normal summon, you go into Dark Renewal, tribute this, send it to the graveyard. So send this and the card that is summoned to the graveyard, especially in the Dark Magician. And then if you have a circle face up, circle will activate, to banish a card on your opponent's side of the field. Vanitys Emptiness, I find myself that each time I have a huge board set up and I just go into Vanitys Emptiness, it's really hard for me to lose. So 1 Vanitys is really great, especially against this format. Last but not least, I'll play double strike and 1 solemn warning. I love to protect my Dark Magician, I love to protect my monster wall, and I love to play more of the control variant overall. So that's pretty much it for our traps, guys. So let's go off to your side deck. A lot of you guys have been asking for the side deck, and I'm so sorry, guys. I'm gonna bring back the side deck edition now. Side deck is always up to personal preference, but this is what I play so far. So triple cherries, really amazing. Shout outs to Lawrence. These are his cherries. So triple cherries, 2 flying seas, 1 Kamungus, 1 gamma seal. These are kaijus for blue eyes, which is really strong. 1 Regeki, 1 secret village. To be honest, guys, I don't like this card main deck. I feel like it's not good. I feel like secret. I don't know. Like I feel like sometimes this card is a dead draw for me. Although that it can be a blowout card against pendulums. I feel like strikes and warnings and emptiness and things like that main deck is definitely way better than Secret Village in my personal opinion. The 3rd strike, triple anti-spell. You guys would be confused, like, Sam, why are you gonna play anti-spell? Why not play just an auto win card, against pendulums? Like it may slow down your deck at first, but this card is just an overall, blowout against pendulums. So might as well play it. So Anti-Soul is just a very strong card. And last but not least, I do play Electro Pendulum. Anyways, let's go up to your extra deck real quick. Double Ebon Illusion, very powerful. 1 Ebon High Magician. I actually never find myself going to more than 1 copy of this card. Next one, play, of course, double Red Eyes Flare Metal. I go into this card a lot. Really powerful. The card that I always go into the most is definitely Big Eye. Gaia charger is just really good. And this is pretty much it for all my level 7s. I do not play a dracosack. If you guys have dracosack, make sure you guys play it. I would take out, you know, Run Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon for a dracosack. I unfortunately do not own a dracosack at the moment. So one guy dragon, one dante, because you can easily make it. And you know sometimes middle and dark magicians can be pretty good, but mainly it's for the cherries. And you can easily make dante with just 2 rods, which is pretty cool. One breaksword, same purpose. You can easily make it. Next one, play of course Spark, Lord Omega, Armory Arm, Colossal Fighter, and last but not least, 1 Crimson Blader. And you can make these by just normal summoning the effect failure. So that's pretty much it for this deck profile, guys. If you guys enjoyed this deck profile, please give this video a huge thumbs up. That'll be absolutely amazing, guys. If you guys want to see duel replays or live duels with this deck, make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up as well. Let's push for 300 plus likes, guys, to see more duel videos of Dark Magician. If you guys have any suggestions for this deck profile, please leave it in the comment section below. I love to read them, guys. And this is Sam from Team Sam. Sam signing out. Alright, guys. Peace.